Hey, yo, welcome to the Red Cloud Tea House. I am DJ Rampage the Ronin, represent H.H.G entertainment to the fullest. Salute to my hard hitters from coast to coast. I appreciate y'all pulling up for another review, vlog, whatever you want to call it. You know, just me chopping it up with y'all to let y'all know how I prepare for my events. Today I'm kind of just gonna go over playlists and stuff like that. And usually, when we book our clients, after we have a consultation with them in a meeting, to kind of get a feel for each other. I want them to see who I am, size me up, whatever the case may be. We usually, if it's a wedding or quinceañera, have them get a questionnaire. And that way they can let us know what kind of music they like to hear. And it helps us figure out how we want to prep for this event, So once we get our questionnaire and all that stuff, we usually go through, put together a music selection, all that other stuff. So we know exactly this is what they want to hear. This is their ceremony. This is their formal dance and, reception. This is what genres that they want to hear. And we usually go off of that, The main reason I like to get at least 20 tracks of must play, it gives me an idea of what type of music I should put together for them. And I know a lot of y'all who follow me on Facebook or even my personal Instagram, not the H.H.G's Instagram, I post a lot of different stuff from hip hop to R&B. And if you actually listen to some of the music I play, you'll notice I play a lot of different genres, One of my favorites is alternative rock, I do love Fall Out Boys. I am a Radiohead fan. Hey, trust me, Nirvana. Hey, you'll catch me bumping. That's what I like to listen to, usually when I'm working in the office, preparing. But like I said, today I'm kind of going over, some playlists and stuff, getting ready. And usually whenever I put to a crate, I got two thick drives, One, my main one, and then backup, just in case. You never know when something happens or whatever. We're ready. But I always make sure that each of my playlists, we have different stuff for each client. I always make sure our playlists are dated, so forth on, but then I always keep backup music, because I'm telling you right now, if you don't have backup music, you might already set yourself up for failure. And if you get to a venue and they don't have Wi-Fi or any type of internet provider, have people that's gonna come up and say, hey man, can you play this song? Can you play that song? Can I do a request? And one thing we try to do is we do try to accommodate those and give them, that music they want to dance to. But I also pay attention to the crowd. You got to know how to read the crowd, because I like to see everybody having a good time. And if you love music, Tootsie Roll. Anyways, we already get to. So, like I said, with me again, one thing I always tell DJs is when it comes to, kind of preparing for your event, for this playlist. And like I said, hold on, let me stop y'all right here. Before you give it up in here, yes, I do use Virtual DJ. I am an owner of Serato Pro Record Box, and I have been using Virtual for a long time. I've always loved Virtual. I'm gonna keep using it. This definitely comes through for me. So we ain't gonna go there. However, though, like I said, usually when it comes to us setting up our playlists, as you can see, a lot of our playlists we do keep on file even after the events, because some people have similar tastes with others, and it makes it easier for us to say, okay, check this out. This is the kind of music they want to go with. We're gonna take this out of this out of this. Boom, we slap it together. Primarily when it comes to our wedding, quinceañeras and stuff like that, and even some corporates that like to do things, we also prep each one of our files. So currently we are getting ready for a wedding event, and we always go through when we set this up, we always make sure we have a folder for ceremony, formal, cocktail hour, dinner hour, receptions, their must play list. They request monitors in their package. We always have a slot for video display. So therefore, if they have any wedding slideshows, they want visual effects. They even want a monogram with their name on there to match, you know, because they might have ordered the monogram spotlight where they want to display somewhere on the wall or dance floor or something like that. We always put together that list so we know exactly, okay, we can pull from there. We have our playable playlist, and then we have our do not playlist. We have some clients that be like, hey man, I don't want this song, I don't want to line dance, I don't want to do the electric slide, all that other stuff, or I just don't want to hear Kendrick Lamar no more. You know what I mean? I didn't heard it all, so we always put together a do not, so just in case, because the one thing I always tell each of my clients, when you hire a professional DJ, trust the DJ. Simple as that. Trust the DJ. There are DJs that still care about the experience you have. So if you have a DJ that truly cares about it, trust the DJ to come and bring the party to keep the people dancing. If you try to control the music, you try to control the party, guess what? You change the atmosphere, and then people, they're not vibing because you're shifting the playlist from having it be in a consistent flow to having it be a bumpy road now. It's here, you know what I mean? So that's why I always tell people, trust your DJ. You know what I mean? Give him an idea of what you're looking for and what you want to play, and let him find those songs that are up tempo and those songs that are slow to keep people dancing and so forth on. You know, let the vibe be like water. That's just me throwing it out there. Just be like water. But anyhow, we have a do not playlist. So if I get a must play list, let's go to our must play. And with this client, they didn't give me a lot of must play songs that they wanted to hear, which was fine by me, you know, because they trusted me and they said, hey, we want you to do what you do. We love the way you perform. We love the way you come out. We love, you know, your professionalism about everything. So therefore, boom. But these are the songs that I do want to hear, you know. So based on a lot of these songs, I know I don't need to have a lot of high BPMs because they want to vibe, you know, they want to enjoy the music, they want to enjoy each other's company. And when I see music like this, it lets me know, okay, hey, when you hear tracks and it comes on,
the moon is high like your friends were the night that we first met. Went home and tried to stalk you on the internet.
You understand, when you hear that tempo, that vibe, you understand, okay, I see where you're going with this. I know, you know, you're trying to take this there, but you don't want to be sweating in your new dress. Based on stuff like that, when I hear that beat, that tempo, that boom, 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 it lets me know, okay, this is the parameter you want to fit in. You don't want to fit in with the twerk right now, you know, maybe later, or even the EDM right now, you know. When I look for each one of these songs, just now, here's the thing. If you don't know how to mix and you're just a song-to-song DJ, then you don't understand the way this is all going to come together. If you know how to mix, trust and believe, when I put this together, it's going to be a consistent flow and it's going to be a moment that you all enjoy and have a great time. So, really, this was more of me just having a good, you know, having a moment of vibe with you. And kind of letting you see where I do the prep and get ready. With that being said, man, I appreciate y'all pulling up vibe with me here at the Red Cloud Tea House while I prepare for these gigs. In the meantime and in between time, if you have not booked with H.H.G Entertainment, we are not hard to find. If you are in the Colorado area, look for us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, man, whatever platform you utilize. You should find us somewhere there. You can even Google us. But in the meantime and in between time, like I always tell y'all, H.H.G is in the building. For me, I'm out.
H.H.Gs are in the building.
This ain't the building.
Hard Hitters Group DJs. Hard Hitters Group DJs are now live. Hard Hitters.